We're not talking about America's team.
Okay.
We're going to talk about the world's team, though. That's actually a thing coming up in a little bit. Scooby is here. I'm Nicole.
Hello.
Let's start with the game we just saw. And how about this? The Edmonton Oilers, it took them overtime. And then this Kasperi Kapanen by just getting it by Aiden Hill. Game over, series over, PK.
Well, you know what? It's watching how they won this series is indicative of how they played all series long. They won a lot of battles in front of Aiden Hill. They made his life very, very difficult, and he had no chance on this play, just like a few other goals in this series. So hats off to the Edmonton Oilers. They deserve this. They were the better team in the series. They dominated, and they did it without just Leon Draisaitl and Connor McDavid. This was a team effort. Their depth showed up in a big, big way.
You also really like how they balanced those two out. How does that set them up for what they see next, depending on if it's the Jets or the Stars?
Well, for any team watching the Edmonton Oilers, you know that you got to contain Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl. But if their depth is going to get active in the series, once their depth players, the Adam Henriques and those guys step up, Evander Kane, and they have impact on the series, that's when they become a dragon to deal with. And they're just a monster right now, up and down. Their forwards are heavy up front. They tilt the ice for this team, which takes the pressure off their goaltending and their defense. But one of the X factors in the series that no one saw coming was how well their goaltending played. That was the big question mark about Edmonton coming into the playoffs. How is their defense going to look, and what's their goaltending situation? Well, Pickard goes down. It looked like it was going to be downhill from that, and here comes Skinner. Comes in, plays the best hockey of the year, probably the best hockey of his career, to be honest.
Shutout of his career.
Big time.
At this point.
And he's solid. They look solid. The Edmonton Oilers look solid. And Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl should be feeling pretty good going into the conference final, which is bad news for whoever they're playing.
Okay, so we had a overtime finish there.
Yep.
The game that we had earlier tonight.
It's like the opposite of that.
Not the same, but let's go ahead and show you the highlights anyway with the Panthers visiting the Maple Leafs for Game 5. Series tied at 2 in the first. Reinhart finds Aaron Ekblad, who lights the lamp.
Yeah, well, too many missed opportunities here. You got the puck on your stick. You got to execute for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Not good enough execution tonight on many, many fronts.
All right, third period, it's 5-0. Sam Bennett off the face-off, you bet it. His 6th goal of the playoffs. And
Yep.
they end up winning this one 6-1. I mean, they take a 3-2 series lead here.
Well, when you become Stanley Cup champions, I spoke about it in Ottawa about the Leafs, but for the Florida Panthers, when you become Stanley Cup champions, you get a trait, and that trait is the killer instinct. And they have that killer instinct. They can smell blood in the water, and when they smell it, they find their game, and they don't hold back. It was a relentless assault on the Toronto Maple Leafs, not just physically, emotionally in this series. They wanted to embarrass them in front of their fans, and they did. And they didn't stop hitting. When it was 6-1, they were still hitting. You watch the end of the game, Matthew Tkachuk getting in Austin Matthews' kitchen. This was an assault on the Toronto Maple Leafs, on the city of Toronto, and the organization. And hats off to the Florida Panthers. You go down 2-0 in this series, battle your way back. They found their game in Game 4. There's not much else I can say about this game. It was ugly for the Toronto Maple Leafs. And a lot of guys looking in the mirror. They lose this series, a lot of changes coming in Toronto.
Can you see them bouncing back from this?
It's not over. They got to show us that they're more than what we saw tonight. And for me, I'm not going to look at the coach. I think the coach is great. GM's new there. But as management, if you're overseeing this operation, it's been a long time. 21 years, only 2 series. 11 years, 1 series. It's not good enough. Mediocrity for an original 6 team, original 6 franchise, not good enough in pro sports.
PK, that was some great analysis. We appreciate you joining us on the set, brother.
All right, thanks, guys. Thank you.